Visit Arcade1Up.com. In this video today, we're going to talk about the basics of the LCD controller, how everything needs to be hooked up, and if you're getting certain things on your Arcade1Up, what to do to ensure everything's working. Okay, so let's talk through this LCD controller here. We test every single one of these with our mod kits. So when guys say it doesn't work and they want to send it back and they say this is the problem, we'll send them another one to appease them. But every time they send one back, the one they sent back was working. So I just want to talk through some troubleshooting of what might not be, what you might not have correct to get your screen here. So on the controller itself, there's tape on the back, so you'll peel off the red, put that on the back of your monitor or somewhere where the cables will still reach. That way you don't have the metal monitor touching the board here. This is for the video, so you can see as this cable comes in from your Arcade1Up monitor, the red is going to go to the left. Make sure you're on all of the pins correctly and that you're pushed down correctly. The white connector and the red connectors here, that's for the little control board. This is for the backlight power of your monitor. The HDMI coming from your Raspberry Pi computer will go there. And then this is your power cable here. So let's talk about a few things here. So if you do not have the video cable plugged in correctly, this is what you'll get, a white screen. So we get a lot of guys saying, I have a white screen, it doesn't work, there's no video. Well, the problem is you don't have this cable, again, either the red to the right side, pushed down all the way, or correctly on all the pins. So you can see there, I got that back. If you're getting a black screen, you can see there now I don't have any power at all. I have a black screen. The same effect will happen even if I have that plugged in correctly and I don't have my power plugged in. The other thing I'll say is we found issues where sometimes you're using the older Arcade1Up power supply for this. Swap it out. Try one of the ones that either come with the lighted marquee or the amp just to test because you need 12 volt. But a lot of times, some of the times, it could be their power supply that's not working correctly. So that'll troubleshoot that. If you don't have the Raspberry Pi powered up or the HDMI cable plugged in correctly, so the Raspberry Pi computer would have to be on, or the HDMI plugged in correctly here or there, you'll say, oh, I have a black screen. Some guys will then say, I have a white screen. And then after a minute or so, they'll get a rainbow color. And essentially what this is it's saying, I don't have a video signal, but everything else is working. So again, as I plug this in from my Pi is already powered up. It's working. The other thing you can do to check to make sure that your Pi is working. So here's my Raspberry Pi right here. You can see there's the HDMI right there that's running into my LCD converter. I can take, well, I won't necessarily take that out. You can leave that in and unplug it. Plug it into any TV in your house that has HDMI. So I'm going to plug in, this is just a standard monitor right here, and you can see it's working. So because it's working on my TV that's completely separate from my Arcade1Up cabinet, I know that the Raspberry Pi, the micro SD card, the power to the Raspberry Pi, all of that's working correctly. So you can say, okay, I know my panel's working, there's something with my monitor. And again, if you just go through those troubleshooting techniques, of depending on what you see, it will work, because again, we test every single one of these boards with the mod kit that's going out, and it works before it goes out. Also, now we do flash these boards correctly, so you can see how the resolution's off a little bit here. That's because this is going to be for a Marvel or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or a Gen 3 cabinet, so when you put it on yours, it's going to look perfect. When we do Street Fighters or other ones, we do the standard resolution, so you no longer have to make any adjustments. All the adjustments are done for you. Just make sure it's plugged up right, and you'll be good to go.